how important is it to date outside of your race? I'm not with this question. I'm not saying that you like have to date another person of another ethnicity. I'm just saying that if you do, it really can open your eyes in more ways than you think.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You'll have a more open mind. You might learn about another culture, and vice versa. They might learn about your culture. I think that as time progresses, people are becoming more open-minded. You see a lot more interracial dating,
which is very important. I'm a very big what's the word? What's the word when you're like advocate for interracial dating?
Yeah, because your fiance is Indian, right?
Is it important, like, for society today to look into to dating different races? And if that's the case, yes. Because I feel that with a lot of what's happening, people, this is going to go with what I just originally stated, are being hard-headed and not being open-minded to different cultures. So I don't think that just because of someone's skin color should you deny them even though you feel this connection with them. Like, that's wrong. You shouldn't do that.
Agreed. I think it's important to at least date outside of your race once to get a different cultural experience, to understand a group of people that you've never had the opportunity to understand, and you just
try something new.
Well, yeah, but you also learn more about their values and morals and know how they work as human beings, and it just shows you. True. It humbles you as a person, and it just shows you a different background and shows you that their parents came from a completely different
I actually
area.
strongly agree with that, though, just because, like, the person that I'm with currently, I feel that learning based as to, like, what he grew up in, even though I felt personally that I did grow up in, like, low class and, like, poor income, that I already felt humbled. I didn't think I could feel more humbled by hearing other people's perceptions, like, especially from out of the country and, like, how their parents were raised.
Absolutely.
So to hear, like, those stories does make you humbled overall as a person.
Yeah.
And hey, sorry folks, everybody, Shannon just admitted she's not single. So all you guys that have been punting, she's not. Sorry.
Aftermarket, yo. Aftermarket.
Unless you have a 6-figure salary. Oh wait, that's Hannah.
Anyway, go on.
Like, I can, from my point of view, there was so much stuff that Maddie didn't know about, like, black people. Like,
Tell you what.
the outside stereotypes.
Do you have an example? I think the viewers would love to know. Why is it so funny?
No, I don't know. It's just funny. Her, like, family didn't really know much about African Americans, so, like, they had to. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but, like,
Did you scare her dad?
They like, one time they were having a family get together, and she was like, they were like, oh, well, like, what does he like to eat? And it's like, I could eat anything. Food. Like, it's like that kind of stuff, like little things.
Did you ever mess with them?
Where's the Popeyes, boys? You guys got some cornbread and some greens and.
Oh man.
But no, like, it's stuff like, it's like you here. I'll rephrase it. It's like you learn outside the stereotypes.
I want to ask you.
You know what I mean?
I want to ask you this. Did they because of you, did they end up having more of an open mind?
Oh yeah, I would say now, you being North African and you have the Arabic and the Middle Eastern, do they not mesh a lot when it comes, or
there's some do. So it depends on the person. So, like, there's people who view their who their religion is their identity, and those people, it might be easier for them. Like, they might not have a problem with mixing and matching because the most important thing to them is the faith.
Right.
Like, say, like, example, like a Lebanese girl, right? She wants to marry, a guy from Sudan. Say that maybe the girl's parents might not accept it off of the culture stuff because they might be like, no, we want her to marry a Lebanese person. Does that make sense?
No.
So that exists, yeah. So is it right? No, it's not right. But that's not because of the religion. That's because of the culture of the person, because they value, some type of, like, bad race nationalistic views rather than following actual faith.
The interesting thing is, like, I would actually, like, prefer if my kids dated a black person.
Yeah.
Now that's because
But you see,
Like, but no,
Yeah.
no. Wait, let me finish. It's not. It's, and I'm not saying that I would give any other different if they did anybody else. I just think it's interesting because like, I never got the opportunity, you know, type thing. You know, no, but I think it's as much as it is important to date outside, it is also important to date inside too.
no,
You know what
of
I
course,
mean?
absolutely.
Like,
But this is the thing too. Like people like people who like watch these videos. There's no marry from your own or marry somebody from outside. It's your personal preference.
Yeah,
Whatever your
exactly.
personal preference. If you like the person, you like the person. No, I mean.
yeah, and I'm
Who
gonna make that
cares
clear
about-
too.
who
Like
cares about
I
what
would
other
not
people
tell
say?
them. I wouldn't say like,
I'll,
yeah.
I'll tell you an example. Like, all right, like you're being with you know you're gonna marry your fiance is white, right? So you're gonna have people who are gonna have a problem with it. They're like, oh yeah,
why'd you marry
why'd you marry a
a
white
black
girl
girl,
or a white girl? And then you know people on her like people who will see her and they're like, oh yeah, she just married a black guy. What the heck? But it's like at the end of the day, like who cares? Like you two like each other. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all that matters. You know, and then. You never know too. Like say like you guys grew up in more of a diverse area. You know, your kids might.
Well, that's the thing too.
Yeah,
It really depends where you are.
Because like it's whatever's around you, and then you like whatever's around you. Like you're not gonna, that's just how it is. You know.
I guess I should say it'd be cool if they dated like an African American.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great. But if you know if they're dating an Asian, Mexican, Colombian, Guatemalan, Puerto Rican,
If that's what it's for.
Egyptian, Iranian, anything really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Like
when me personally, my preference is just more of the. It's not really the race or ethnicity.
It's just
For me,
faith.
it's the faith. Yeah,
The feet.
the faith.
Oh. Guys of the feet.
no, you don't.
I'm sure.
You two, as a white person growing up, you know, in Oregon,
We actually did ancestry search on me on .00 black.
Anyway,
white boy and tigers.
Anyway, no, but seriously though, speak for the whites. You know what
Honestly,
I mean?
I'm gonna stick with white girls now. I've experienced, learning new things with a new culture, and it is fun, and it's nice to have you teach them stuff and they teach you stuff.
perspective, man.
With
It's all about
families.
perspective. That's
But yeah, I mean, if it like I said, it happened naturally, and if it's compatible and it works, you shouldn't just, oh, I'm on my, I'm gonna date this kind of person just because I need to experience this.
One thing, hold on.
Okay.
Just to make this point real quick, I will say dating outside of my race and being culturally accepted in different races, I'm gonna be the first person to tell you that other cultures and other races are much more accepting of white people into their cultures and races than we would be sometimes.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know,
Do
but it's super humbling, and it's the type of stuff that makes us, or makes me specifically, want to be able to give more and give back more.
I'll admit it, I'm very shocked to see that I grew up a very open-minded person. And I honestly have to say that I'm really thankful for the elementary school my mom chose me to grow up in.
Shout out Templeton!
Because I met you guys. So that helped me as a young child to understand diversity in my own way, which then helped me to become more open-minded. This is where you kind of understand where I'm coming from. As I grew up and became older, I assumed, because I already said this, I'm pretty oblivious to stuff. I assumed everyone thought the same way I did. Like everyone is accepting of everyone.
Right,
It's
since we're
fine.
in that friend group.
Since I have my own diverse friend group, I thought, if I think this way, this should be pretty easy for everyone to think this way. It wasn't until I decided to date a black guy that I found out my family is not very accepting of that. And that's where I had kind of my own controversy with my family of understanding, of accepting other people into our family based on our race. I'm not saying my family's racist, but I did understand that coming from their point of view, because most of them all grew up in El Salvador, so they're just accustomed to being around their own people. You marry your own kind, you grow up with those children, and to find different races coming involved with that, not just black people, but just an Asian or a white person, it throws them off, and it's so bizarre to see that. So to go back to your question, it's hard for me to answer because I just feel like from understanding my own family's perspective, I understand like for them this is just really weird. Like it's not the normality of their lifestyle to see something like this. I feel like they're still catching up to today's time. They're way back and still in like the, I don't even know, like the 70s, 60s style of mentality. So I can see other like races probably getting more accepting into it. No, actually I won't say that, because I feel like if they're like a heavy-hearted, like cultured family that's still set in their own like ways of thinking with their own country, you don't typically see that happen as often, which then causes more controversy.
Oregon's pretty, like, Portland's pretty good at, like, in mixed dating.
Especially even like whether it's in the city area, like the city area, or even like the suburban area, like you see it a lot.
You see it a lot, yeah.
Now you see it a lot.
I love it.
too.
I always love seeing a black guy and a white girl together. I'm like, yeah. I always want to give him a high five. It's true. It's cool. It's cool seeing it. It's cool seeing how much
Like
it's
a
changed.
black girl
Think about how
and a
much, huh?
A black girl with a white boy.
That's fine too. I like that even better, actually.
Really?
Amen.
But you
sister.
know, but
yeah,
you know,
that's cool.
You